Yeah, I mean the Vipers defense. Let's not get it wrong. They've done a very solid job, getting those two big stops on the run. So they just got to contain them. I think that's the number one thing they can do this season is contain this offense because it is very explosive at a lot of different times.
Absolutely. As we're gonna have a quick play shuttle here to Santana Wilson. See how much he gains years. Really hard to see the angle there as we're right in dead center of the field here. Hard to angle. Probably a gain of 9 as heard from the announcements. So thanks a lot to the announcements. And we are finally live. So first and foremost, I really want to introduce myself. My name is Sebastian Doc. I'm here joined with Parker. And really, Parker, introduce yourself. You know a lot about this Wolves team. I know you're going to be loving this game today. As they're already leading 7-0, if you already missed it, the Wolves started off with the kickoff return to start off the season, to start off the play. As we have a quick rush here, connecting to number 21, Lucas Blumming, for the touchdown. And just like that, the offense, I can't even stop talking to introduce yourself, Parker. And Wolves already scored once again, as we'll confirm with the referees. And yes, indeed, it's going to be confirmed a touchdown by number 1, Lucas Bumley, to start off with there. Just like that, 13-0 lead, depending on how this free kick goes.
Yeah, I don't think I really need to introduce myself. My name is Parker Grash. I'll be color commentating a lot of the time for the Desert Mountain Wolves team. But yeah, I got to watch this team a couple of times last season, and a lot of key guys, Santana Wilson, Dylan Tapley, Dylan Hibb, all going Power 5 schools. But yeah, I've enjoyed watching this team, and they're off to a very hot start within the first 5 minutes of this game.
Absolutely. Really trying to continue what they had last season. Very powerful. You also mentioned that they lost 16 seniors in the process. Not trying to forget that step to being one of those top teams in the 5A region, as we have a quick false start, or excuse me, obstruction, I believe, from encroachment by the Vipers there. The Wolves still remain on the extra free point here and try to get up 2 touchdowns, leading 13-0. And if you missed it once again, let me just reiterate that the Wolves did score on the first play. It was a kickoff return, as the free kick is going to be good. And just like that, 14-0, 14-0, as you like to alliterate. I watched a lot of soccer in my past times, so that nil is stuck in my tongue here and there. But 14-0, the Wolves with an exclamation point here at Verrado High School.
Yeah, very impressed. I mean, it doesn't seem like they've skipped a beat since last year. I know they didn't like the way they ended things last season, losing in the state semifinals. So they're coming with a lot of vengeance, a lot of revenge on their mind to make a statement. And like we've talked about before, we went live. This is a team that could definitely contend for the Open State Championship. I wouldn't be surprised if they're in there. A lot of returning guys. But Verrado, rough start. It's week 1. I think this is stuff to learn on. And, yeah, Verrado was a team that lost 16 seniors, Coach Johnson told me. So a lot of fresh faces, and but I am very excited to see what they're able to come up with and be able to do on both sides of the ball.
Awesome, awesome. Well, apologies for myself. I thought it was actually the Wolves who lost 16 seniors, but it was actually Verrado. And really also to note, as we're going to get here ready for the kickoff, he's going to let it loose here. Verrado, the last time they played against the Wolves, as we have a touchback here to start off to the 25-yard line for the Vipers. What I was mentioning before, Verrado, they played this team, the Wolves, last year. They played, I believe, the opening for the playoffs, and it was not a good game. Let's say that they lost 38-7. It was not a pretty game, really not the way you want to go out, especially first game into the playoffs. The team is hyped. Everyone's ready for that playoff game, obviously having that good, courageous part being, oh, yeah, I was in the playoffs last year. And not going the way you wanted to go. Verrado, they're here for vengeance, but not the way they wanted to start off. But, like you said, barely 5 minutes into this game. So there's still plenty of time here as we have guys there with the ball looking for a good pass, trying to find deep inside. He actually finds number 3, Horton Noah. Noah Horton, the receiver, the senior for this team, is going to be one of the big leaders for this Viper team. Starting it off well there with their first gain of play in this game.
Yeah, their first drive did not go as advertised, I'm sure they would say. They finished under 500 last season, so new quarterback, a lot of fresh faces, but, I mean, very early in this game, like you said, we're not even 5 minutes into it. We're at the 7:20 mark. So, a lot of stuff to grow on, and but they've definitely come out with a swing getting that first down gain this pass.
Yep, absolutely. And I really, just like you mentioned as well, it's week one. So, obviously the nerves are still there for all these new athletes, especially for Verrado with a lot of new faces. The Wolves, they have experience. They still have all their seniors. They still have ready to play, as we have a quick jet ski play from number 1, Fry Jaden. As he's going to be probably going to be one of the big actions as well. As I believe he's also the punt returner for this Viper team. He's going to want to get going pretty well as the second handoff there for the first down. Not the way they wanted to go there. Probably a gain of 1 or gain of nothing. Like I said, it's really hard to tell, Parker, here from the angle. Hard as you get the gain or not. Hopefully we could get all the correct calls here, as now the Vipers ready to just answer. Just try to find that mode of what they could do best against this very powerful Wolves team, especially the defense.
Yeah, their defense is one of the top-rated defenses in the state. A lot of key guys that play both sides of the ball are very talented on defense, like Dylan Tapley, like Santana Wilson. But second down right now, let's see what they do.
Yep, guys are already getting pressured, and just like that, you couldn't ask for a better moment to support your theory there, Parker, saying how Desert Mountains Wolves defense being one of the top rated in the region, and just like that, a quick sack.
Yeah, Dylan Hip and it looked like Tony Cumberland were on that sack, and I believe one more player, but Hip is definitely a person we'll be loving, I'm sure, by the end of this season. He's a tight end defensive end, as we're seeing a timeout called by Verrado right now.
And a really good call, a timeout here. Really, trying to get his team together. Coach Dustin, just trying to really get his team together. Probably just trying to talk to him one-on-one and, really explain to him, hey, we're 2 downs in. We're going to have a third down approaching here. We got a quick loss there. The last 2 series wasn't going our way. Obviously trying to have the offense try to power up there. The defense not having quite the rally. Really, both sides of the team not having the great start that they want to have. But week 1 jitters, get that out of the way. We're playing football now, and we're gonna try to get the show on the road here. As a quick timeout's over. And Parker, what would you think Coach wanted to talk to his players there on that crucial third down?
Probably just to take a deep breath. I mean, we're only 6 minutes into this game. Like you said, it's not the way they probably wanted to start with. But this is. I kind of take week 1 as like a preseason, like everyone gets to know kind of what they've been doing. I know they've been working towards this all summer and a little bit in these preseason games we've been seeing these scrimmages, but probably just take a deep breath. It's very early, and there's a lot of football to be played in this game.
Absolutely. Here as the third down comes back, and guys are already getting rushed up as we have Tony pushing him nowhere. He just lets it go into the sideline to no avail. Incomplete pass here from Geisler, but what can you expect? You have Tony coming from the backside of him, and he just has to just throw it out there and hope his players are in the connections. Unfortunately, it goes too much out of bounds, unable to make the play. And the only positive to take out of this series is that it wasn't a 3-and-out. You got some plays going, you got some yards here. Really get yourself comfortable on the field, and honestly, it just takes time to get yourself digested into this game.
Yeah, definitely. Great start by the defense, though. I mean, started have continued where they left off last year. Very impressed with how their defensive line has been able to just pretty much swamp, it seems like, this offensive line. But young offensive line, and I'm sure this is going to be great experience for them as we see a block.
As we have a quick block there from Desert Mound. Going to be retrieved. I believe I saw the jersey number. It was Dylan Hip with the big block there, able to break through the offensive lineman and absolutely just seeing his way in there. As I'm going to correct myself, it's actually number 7, Brody Olson, with the big block there. Hard to really tell from the differences between 1 and 7, and just like that, not the way you wanted to go there. You want to get the punt unit out there and just try to build some yards for your defense. Fortunately, you get blocked. Now, Desert Mountain in the red zone now, poised to take another touchdown into the zone here to see what happens.
It's just been attack from the jump. We weren't live, but like Sebastian said, I mean, they took it from the house even after a little stumble at the 10-yard line of their own side. But it's just been attack from all sides of this Desert Mountain team.
Absolutely, as we have Brady handing it off to his favorite running back, but met by the offensive tackle, or excuse me, by the middle linebacker. Couldn't quite make it out there. It's going to be number 99, Willie Ryan. Having his way there, making a good play on the defense there, and stopping the running back there from taking it to the end zone. Number 6, Max Schifrin with the gain. Going to say approximately a gain of 3 there. Hard to keep up with the stats here, but just a bit more about Desert Mountain and what they had successful last year is that, like you mentioned earlier, they did end up losing in the semifinals of the playoffs, but they only lost by 2 points. You know how heart-crushing that must be. And for all those seniors who weren't able to finish off their season on top, and really the juniors turning into seniors this year, trying to get redemption for this team as we have a quick fade over the top. And see how that goes. It's going to be a little bit tagging here and there. No penalty called by the refs. And, you know, I feel like this might be one of the big things as well. See how the referees call throughout this game. You want to let the players be aggressive, be all over the place, or you're going to call those fouls, those controversy fouls that could be really the potential changing of the game. So far, no calls has been called except for the encroachment for the extra point. And still, we're going to have a quick third down here. The first third down, I believe, for Desert Mountain here in the red zone, as we're going to try to have Brady try to get something for his offense here, trying to get his second touchdown pass, I believe, of the game. We're going to have a quick screen motion coming into number 4 with Jack Freeberg. Brody throws it into the end zone, but just out of the fingertips of Brody Olson. And just like that, so we have a 4th and 4, and really another thing to mention, Parker, how loud the fans are over here. We have the music playing. Hard to see. We have very passionate players in the back of us as well. Really going to help us out and seeing how long is each distance, as we're going to try to figure out what the Wolves bring out here. I believe it's going to be the field goal unit. 4th and 4, you're already up by 14. You know, maybe have some fun and go for it there, but obviously not what Coach Hamilton has in mind. We got to talk with Coach earlier today, and just off the look, you know, he's a very passionate, you know, he used to play for the NFL as well, as you mentioned, and really trying to get his team into the right gear. Starting off perfectly as well, as we're right under 5 minutes here on the first quarter, as we're going to have a quick timeout here from the Wolves. Really, Parker, 6 minutes down the drain, what could you take off this game really starting off?
Desert Mountain isn't playing this year, from what it seems like. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe went for it now, especially calling a timeout, but very early. But the things I've seen is Desert Mountain has an explosive offense and defense. And like you were saying, they lost to Higley, who ended up winning the 5A state championship. They had a quarterback by the name of Jamar Malone. He was another top quarterback in the state. He is actually at IMG now. But heartbreaking loss, but Coach Hamilton has pretty much told us pregame they're ready to take over the state, and they've definitely shown they have the chance to do that heading into the season.
Absolutely, and they got good competition as well. You can't forget about Higley, who are the reigning 5A champs. You also have Saguaro in the mix as well, who were runner-ups last year as well, if I believe I was correct. And right after them is probably the Desert Mountain team. And like you said, they want vengeance. They want to put themselves on the map. They want to be known as one of those lethal 5A teams to not be messing around with. And they're going to decide to go for the field goal here, get themselves up a hefty lead, as we're going to have the kicker number 26, Alex Weeks, ready for the kick here. He kicks it over, and going to assume that is good. And as always, as good as getting a little aggressive here from Verrado. The Vipers not happy starting off the way there. Number 66. Tyson Fuller getting some push and shove in there. Not liking what he's looking so far, but it's respectable. His team's already down 17-0, and obviously that's what a lot of these athletes are in this game for the passion, for the love of this game, and starting off not on the hot tape, not on the same mindset with his offense and the defense, and the coach, obviously, too, being in the big mix. Being down 17-0 early on, they got some questions to answer, but as everyone says, it's still early. We're still in the first quarter here as scoreboard disappeared on us. Still going to assume it's still the first quarter here. We're still under 5 minutes left. They're going to try to figure out how to get the offense going. I feel like that's what picture number one is to start off this game. It's really trying to get themselves going. Really how to get themselves going under what they believe.
Yeah, scoreboard went on us. Still the first quarter, 4:54 left, 17 zip. Something to take in mind too. Let's see if this Verrado offense can be a little sneaky. Let's see some trick running plays. Let's get. I don't know. They got to figure out something, but I think they have a good feel for this defense now.
So as Weeks gets off a good kickoff there, and it's going to be a touchback once again for the Verrado. Going to start off on their own 25, and really just like you mentioned, I feel like on the series before, they had that jet sweep. I feel they could catch him off guard with the jet sweep, perhaps get a little fake motion in there. And Geisler, he's the one leading this team. He's the quarterback for this year, the junior, having the opportunity to take over and really wants to guide this Viper team. And I feel like the first guidance or the first chance you should do is really just yard by yard, first down by first down. You know, shouldn't be worrying too much about we need to score on this play. We just need to gain some yards, get the offense going, understanding each plays, and really critical what you mentioned earlier is that a bunch of new faces, learning the new offense, bringing up perhaps from JV, from freshmen, and they're trying to learn the new system here under Coach Dustin. And really, the first play is the first down. See what happens here is we're gonna have a quick jet sweep. Once again, it's gonna be a play. It's good. It's a good mindset there by number 1 by Jaden. Absolutely great mindset there. Seeing how he got the jet sweep there and wanted to go for the passer. Wasn't able to quite connect to his target, number 13, Jordan Hiller. But it's the correct motion there. You caught the Desert Mountain Wolves offense off guard in a bit. He was really open. It's just the target wasn't there. And you want to say that that wasn't a good play due to not getting any yards, but I believe that's a really great play to just really get the mindset going and trying to trick this Wolves defense.
Yeah, I mean, like I said too, like they got to come out on this drive. They sense the field. They see where their strong suits are in this defensive line and the D-back position. But it was a smart play to kick it off. Of course, you can't do it again. But very interested to see how this drive goes for them.
Absolutely, as we're gonna have Jaden once again with the jet sweep and taking over by the lineman. Bit of a shuffle there. I kind of lost myself. Thought he was going to pass it on there too to Jaden once again, but decided to get a little fake off there and pass it to Jack Isidore, starting running back for the Vipers. And really something to really know is that Geisler doesn't have much time on the pocket. He doesn't. You know, you have Tony, you have Dylan coming in on both corners, and then up in the middle as well. It's really hard to get them both contained. And really, like you mentioned, they're both playing or looking to play for Power 5 teams, and not too much time for Geisler to work around the pocket. So really, the first second is critical for Geisler here as we're going to have a 3rd and long for the Vipers. As Geisler gets the quick snap there, he's going to run out to his right, to his left. He's going to run it in. He's going to see what he can, but try getting the pass off there, but unable to get much. Probably at the gain of 1 to 2 yards there, and 4th and long. And once again, the punt unit going to come out for the Vipers team, and nothing much on that series again, but you can see Coach Dustin really trying to get out and trying to explore all his plays options, see what they could get up to mix up this Wolves offense, or Wolves defense, and get the Viper offense going in this first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, something I've tended to notice too, the Desert Mountain defense, they all kind of huddle up and then scramble to where they're supposed to be, and it's like, it's pretty much magic. Like, what these kids are able to do, like on the fly, it seems like they know what their mission is, they know who they're supposed to guard, and they're just able to do it at a very high rate, and that's what they've been able to do so far.
Absolutely there. And really, it's important how you mentioned how they like to play a lot of man moving into zone as you have the punt going off there, picked up by Freeberg. Freeberg having some space there, beating the first tackle, but unable to loose on the second, and just like that, getting stopped on the opponent's, want to say 45-yard line, 46 give or take. And already in prime position here, already up 17-0. From here, Coach Hamilton really has all this time in the world now, really. Still the first quarter here. It's been a long quarter, I'm not going to lie. It's been a very long quarter. They've been really dominant. It hasn't been a question there. The offense looks like they know what they're doing. Brady has full control of this offense, and then the defense side as well. Obviously, props to the defensive coordinator over there for Wolves, getting his team under guidance and showing them what they could do. As we're going to have a quick motion there. As Brady with the motion here, picks up the ball, passes it to Freeberg, and Freeberg with some space here, beats up the first tackle, but met by number 99, Ryan Willie. Yeah, with the tackle there.
Great stop there. I mean, that's something to build off of. Hopefully they can get another like I don't even know what I'm saying. Sorry, but great stop on the defensive side, and if they can build off that, I mean, this is just things to build off of, especially in the first quarter.
Absolutely here. It's a lot of talking, you know. Sucks that we're not live.
Are we still not live?
Nah. He's like.
Oh, thank God. I need to fix my mic, I feel like.
I mean, if you want to just.
Now?
You sound fine by me.
Okay, cool.
Hand off here to Wilson. The gain probably of 5 yards there. Mention in the above 2 down territory. I think we got restricted
What?
for 24 hours.
All right. Let's still talk then. I mean,
Just to get the time going.
I know we're not live, but I mean, let's just keep it up at least.
My water is warm, bro. I hate it here. Okay.
We're good?
So we're going to have
Okay.
a quick reception here by number 4, Freeburg. And, wow, that's really been Freeburg action for this live, or excuse me, this the start of this drive. And I believe it was like 3 plays to Freeburg. They already gained of, I want to say a good 20 yards. He started on their own 49-yard line. Now they're at.
Yeah, Freeburg was also the only player in this offense to have double-digit touchdowns besides Dylan Tapley. He had 12 on the season last year, so watch out for him. Like we've been seeing throughout this game, he's kind of wide receiver 2 in this offense, so he's expected to have another massive season again.
Absolutely, as we're going to have the quick motion here by Schifrin. So we're going to have a Brady QB handle here into the outside, just right above the 35-yard line, getting a quick gains of 4 yards, I believe. And just like that, really, Coach Hamilton all over the place, really bringing up every single play that he has on his playbook. You got the QB sneak in there, you got the play action, you have the fakes, the motions, all of it, and has really been connecting with Santana Wilson, Dylan Hip, and you also have Jack Freely taking over in tonight's game as Brady's going to get ready for a 2nd and short. He's going to pass it on to his second unit, Jordy Solomon. Getting his first reception of the game there for approximately a gain of 4-5. Can't tell if it's the first down or the third down. Just short, I believe. So 3rd and short. See what Brady comes out here for the Wolves offense. As the Viper is going to have a little bit of confusion there. It's going to be a quick play to Tapley. And going to be able to pick up that first down. And really by surprise, caught me by surprise. Yeah, I didn't really notice Tapley. They're really right behind number 7, Olsen, in there, and just a few yards and able to get the first down and continue the drive here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be pretty quick to the line. They got 12 seconds left, so we'll see what this offense is able to do. It looks like he was out of bounds to stop the clock. Very smart play. I think that's why they were targeting Tapley on the wing. But, oh, never mind. Clock's still running. Watch out for them to go deep again. They've been very successful passing the ball tonight, so watch out for McDonough to go for another big touchdown right here.
So they're not going to be able to get another play off on this first quarter, and that really concludes this terrific first quarter by the Wolves. A lot of work on for the Vipers here as they're trailing 17-0 here at Verrado High School. We'll be back after this short break. And welcome back to the start of the second quarter here. We have the Wolves in the red zone approaching as Brady has the reception. He's going to try to look for his offense in the middle. It finds Tapley just short of the touchdown mark. It's going to be right under the goal line, perhaps on the 3rd-yard line there. And what a play from Brady to actually see and give time. And obviously, props to the offensive lineman as well. There hasn't really been much pocket destruction at all from the Vipers. And it gives a lot of time to Brady to find his number 1 receiver so far today in Dylan Topley. And just like that, 30-yard line there, expect a run, pass. What do you think should come up here on this possession?
I mean, I expect maybe a trick run play. I mean, we've talked about how their running is very sneaky. Verrado might be thinking that they're going to go pass, they're going to go to Tapley, they're going to go to Freeberg or Hip. But Santana Wilson, he plays defensive back, but he's very quick. Watch out for him to get this run play.
As we have a quick.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
As we have a quick.
I was listening to the play.
Yeah, you can
listen
listen to the play as well. But just to get you more insight, we have an illegal player down on the field, probably one of the offensive linemen. Probably been getting a little too excited, leaving the line of scrimmage and leaving their zone. And the big game from Tapley all of a sudden nullified, and they're off in the red zone. They're going to be on their, I believe, the 17-yard give or take here. And still going to be first down coming up here for the Wolves. Brady, a couple plays here to work with. Still has that first down option all the way in the 5-yard line. It's going to be a quick run play here to Freiburg. Is going to get a quick gain here. Good gain of 7, I believe, from Max Schiefrin as he tried to get his running game going. He so far had a couple carries, a good 4 or 5 carries in this game with a good 25 yards under his belt. You think he's going to want to have an explosive play in this game?
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing a good, really powerful runner. But the offensive line, I got to give it to them. They've been very, very solid throughout the first quarter and that first play of the second quarter, being able to create those holes that or he's able to get through. So we got about a 2nd and 8 here.
Absolutely.
But watch out for. Looks like Tapley is by himself on the right side, so watch out for him to get this touchdown.
Yeah, they're going to play man-on-man here. It's going to be a quick throw into his Freeberg, picking up the first down here and a bit more as helmets keep flying out as well. That's the second one moving for the Wolves. Perhaps not having those straps tied in onto the helmet. Kind of a bit of a danger precaution there, but if it's for yards, I believe these athletes don't care what happens to them.
Yeah, I mean, they got a 1st and 10. They're going to be 1st and goal now. So clock's running. But, yeah, very, very solid play. I saw it was number 4, who is Jack Freeberg again. Yeah, he's been having a very solid game, a lot of targets, and he's definitely someone to watch out for.
Freeberg and Taplin having their way. As we're going to get approaching here for the goal line, playing goal line defense here, man-on-man. That's going to be a quick run play, a quick slant to the number 4, absolutely finding Freeberg, but it's going to be called incomplete. And, wow, absolutely great play there by the DB, Blake Bliss, making the good play there off of Freeberg. The one-on-one action, he had separation there. He had all the space. Wasn't sure if it was a drop, just a draw. Wasn't able to corral the ball there, but great play there to stop that down. And 2nd and goal coming up here. And, you know, thinking they're down by 17, how huge would it be for the Vipers if they were to get a good stop here and force the field goal?
Yeah, if they're able to do that, that's a major plus to kick off this first quarter. I feel like the jitters have to be gone now. The nervousness has to be pushed to the side. You know, this is the second quarter now. This is, you know, week 1 football, so everything's got to be pushed to the side now, and your game face has to be on.
Yep, and he's going to have a QB sneak here, QB draw into Brady, and able to absolutely find the corner there and beat out the DBs. And just like that, unfortunately able to get the stop there, and the Wolves able to corral another touchdown under the belt, the first in this quarter, as we're just starting the second quarter, and they're going to be up here 23-0, 24-0, depending on how this field goal goes. And what a play there. What an absolute play there for the Wolves. Unbenevolent from the Vipers, unable to see what was going on. And, you know, they're just playing goal line. They're playing man-on-man, really try to just stop the receiver, stop the tight end, stop the running back. And they leave open the quarterback, and Brady able to just absolutely walk in if he wanted to. But giving it 100% every play and resulting in another Wolves touchdown as they lead 24-0. 24-0. Gets stuck in my mouth there, Parker. I'm not sure why. I probably watched too much soccer recently. You know, obviously the acquisition of Lionel Messi going to Inter Miami. And I love soccer. I love watching him play. And that still comes on here. And, you know, football season hasn't started quite yet as we're waiting for September to roll around. And what a better way to prepare ourselves mentally and physically than casting a football game here. And really, nonetheless, one of the top teams in the 5A region with Desert Mountain. Wolves not skipping a beat, bringing back what they had last year. And this year, with the mindset of finishing the job, crossing that goal line, as they're up here 24-0. 24-0. Parker, what do you got so far?
I mean, we've seen them score in 3 different ways. QB sneak, kickoff return, and they've gone deep to their wide receivers. So I'm very interested to see what they're going to come up with now. I mean, this playbook seems very deep. A lot of different targets they can go to, a lot of different ways they can get their offense going. But I'm very interested to see how if this defense is going to continue being the dominant on the defensive line they've been through the first 12 to 14 minutes of this game.
And then one thing to note as well is that the special teams for the Vipers hasn't really come alive. All the kicks from Weeks has been heading all the way to the end zone as we have a quick let's play here from the kick returner, number 3 for the Vipers, Noah Horton, unable to corral the ball there. He had a play to try to go up, but a little bit too ambitious as we have a player down on the field right now. Not the way you want to look at it right now. As we'll change the topic. Hopefully he is okay. We'll give him the smile there, and as they're going to have a quick talk with the medical unit. But really, bringing it back into this game of football, special teams, I feel like special teams is one of those, it's really like the give or change of a football game when it's really close.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously you could be up by 2 points, and we're heading to the 1 minute mark, 2 minute warning in every football game, and all you need is a field goal from either team, depending if you're losing or you're winning. And it's very scary because you don't have to focus on getting to the whole field, but just getting into the corner of the field. And special teams so far hasn't been much of a factor for the Vipers, whether it's just the field goal or the kickoffs as well. And you also had that miscue as well, the block punt earlier in the beginning of the first quarter, which allowed the the Wolves to add on to their lead. And still 24-0, not the way you want to be here starting off in your home season opener. But like everyone mentions, week 1, your jitters is out of the way. You're trying to get yourself motioned with the whole team. I'm sure Coach Johnson right now is trying to get his team, trying to understand more of his quarterback, as you have Geisler, the new junior, on the new team starting roster, and trying to get himself familiarized with the new roster, new team. And you know, starting off the game with the Wolves, Desert Mountain, you know, they're one of the top teams in the 5A region, and obviously your mindset is to try to get the upset, but that doesn't work. I think with these times, with this extra moments that you have on this game 1, you try to see what you can fix, see what could be earned, see what could be learned as well, and really just try to get himself one-on-one with the players.
Yeah, I can't tell. Looks like that is number 9. Who's number 9?
Jager Beekren.
But let's go back to what you were talking about with the Verrado special teams. You're right. They haven't been able to get probably the start they want. A lot of touchbacks and then the block punt. That's just more on being prepared for when that ball comes. I mean, and of course I think the Desert Mountain special teams, their kicker's got a leg, so he's been able to boot that thing way downfield, and I think that's what's honestly helped that their defense also capitalize on the field possession of where the offense is. But I feel like they could come out with a couple of trick plays again, try to get this defense a little confused. But yeah, I think just both sides of the ball just got to keep growing and getting better.
Yes, yeah, man-on-man here from the Wolves starting off the first play. First down and 10 in their own 20-yard line. It's going to be a quick reception there to his favorite receiver so far, Jordan Hiller, as he picks up a couple yards here, probably a gain of 7, 8, probably 6. It's really hard to tell with all the players right there. I can't really see, but we'll give it a give or take around, pick up a 6. I was close, but now it's a good play to start off there. You know, your offense has been lackluster so far in these first 15 minutes of this game, and
yeah,
you know, the first thing you want to do is just pick up yards. Pick up. And then from there, once you start picking up yards, they become first downs. And next thing you know, it could be first and goal on your opposition. And I feel like that's what Geisler and the Vipers team wants to focus on right now. Picking up those short plays. Really, I feel like a lot of teams, they want to go for those big plays to get the team going. A big run pass. It could be anything. And small yards matter as well. We'll see what Geisler could do here on the second and short. He's going to look out. He has green grass. Try to fake it there. Gets a good shuffle move there on the edge, and able to pick up that first shot for a good pickup of 5 yards, 6 yards. A good run there from Geisler, and if the offense isn't going there, leave it up to the quarterback to make some offense.
Yeah, the defense has done a really good job locking down their deep threats. I mean, that goes back to Santana Wilson, that has really grown as honestly a player and a leader. It seems like he picked up multiple Division I offers this past summer. So he is someone at number 2 in white for Desert Mountain to watch out for. But yeah, that just goes back to their cornerbacks and D-backs being ready. to lock down these deep threats for Verrado.
Absolutely. You got a big block there from one of the Verrado Vipers as Geiser throws it up into the middle, and it's going to be picked off by the man you were just talking about, Santana Wilson, picking up with the first interception of this year for the Wolves. And if it's not the offense making the highlights, you surely got the defense making the highlights. And obviously not the best play there from Geiser, just throwing it out there and hopefully for his receiver. The ball didn't get to his target, and Santana having a field day so far in today's game.
Yeah, Wilson going to Texas. Could be part of the SEC next year.
Wow.
He has been one of the top players in the state. I don't know his actual rank, but I know he is very highly respected, not just from players around the state, but also coaches with how he plays the game. But like you saw there, he's a lockdown defensive back, and he makes it very difficult for the wide receiver he's defending to get that open spot, and you saw it right there with that play.
Yeah, motion there. We have Madonna having the motion there picked up by Brady, and just a bit of a confusion there between Freeberg and McDonough, and a little scare there. I thought Brady was gonna just absolutely shoot over his receiver. I thought he was actually gonna try to target his brother and try to get us some plays there on the motion, but a bit of a conclusion there. But really, props to the defensive linemen on the Vipers, trying to really disorder that big play and force the incompletion.
Yeah, I mean, great job by them. Their middle linebackers seem to be ready for that. I mean, it seemed like a trick play like you were talking about, going to one of their slot receivers. But McDonough has looked very poised, very confident, and prepared in every single way, leading this offense down the field.
Absolutely. As McDonough has the reception there, he's going to throw it to his favorite receiver so far to this game, Freeberg, making the shovel move, getting the first down, picking up some more, as he's going to pick up an 11 there, probably 12. But what a shuffle play there from Freeberg.
Yeah, I mean, got good feet, I guess. Was able to get that juke and get his defender on the ground. You heard a little reaction from their sideline. But he's a guy that you're going to start to hear about, not just from us, but from other reporters, other stations as the season goes on, because he's a very talented receiver and one of the most underrated players in the state.
Absolutely. And then right behind Dylan Tapley, who's been quite quiet so far in today's game. It's really been the Freeberg show taking over. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tapley just comes out of nowhere and decides to take the show for himself as Brady gets the reception here. Throws it on to none other than Dylan Tapley, who I was just talking about right now. Staying quiet, he heard my broadcast. He's like, you know what? Let me get this quick reception. Let me get myself into this talking into the mouths of me. But what a great reception there. What a great play from Brady, seeing his questionable number one. Today it's really going to be a battle between Freeberg and Dylan, who's going to have the Morris. Brady's going to look for the fade job, seeing number 4, and what a great reception there by Freeberg. Tapley got the reception there, and he's like, Freeberg's like, hold my dot there. Let me get a touchdown. Absolute dot there from Madonna to Freeberg to add on to this lead. They're up 30 now. 30-0, excuse me. The Vipers with questions, but the Wolves dancing on this week one. I'm lost the word so far.
Yeah, I don't even really know what to say from what we've already said. They've been solid throughout the gates as the kicking unit comes onto the field. This is a team that clearly is coming to send a message to the Bashes, the Chandlers, the Liberties, the Hamiltons of the state that they are not to be messed with, and they putting up about 31 points in the first half. I mean, you can't ask for a better start than this. You
can as well, and obviously this is where we wish we had more advanced technology so we could see a replay of the play. I wonder what happened there. Was it just Freeberg absolutely just dusting his opponent, or was it perhaps a miscommunication between the DB or the free safety? Because if I remember correctly, I think they were playing man coverage too. So you have the strong safety and the free safety playing in the backfield, and you have the corner covering the man. And then really when you want a one-on-one, you got to be confident with your top cornerback, your top DB, whether it's the safety or the cornerback, going up against Freeberg and picking up that first big reception there. What a big play. It was probably more than 30 yards from Brady to Freeberg and getting his first touchdown of the season, I believe, in this game. And just to know we're still under 9 minutes. So you still got more than half of the second quarter to play, and the Wolves up 31-0 here. And Vipers, nothing to really just feel down for. You still got more than half the game to play. And just still explore, still learn from this offense, and see what you could bring up here. As we have the quick kickoff here, all the way to the sideline, not picked up. And it's going to be a quick foul there, quick penalty. I'm not too knowledgeable about the penalty when the ball goes out of bounds.
I believe it's just when the ball goes out of bounds on a kickoff. I don't know what yardage they get to, but I know it's a penalty, and they get to like the 20 or 25 yard line. I believe it's the 20.
The 20 yard line.
But yeah, that's just a thing to watch out for. Their kicking team has done a great job. Illegal procedure. There's the call.
Yeah, and I think they're going to go up the 35. There you go.
Okay, I thought it was the 20 or 25, 35. But that happens sometimes. So, but like I was going to say, their kicking team has done a solid job keeping it inbounds and in the end zone. So not let Verrado try and get better yardage. But yeah, very interested to see how both sides of this team come out. Desert Mountain's been dominant, and Verrado has got to start figuring out how to get down their field into their territory of the ball.
And it's not a better place than now, as he got pretty good position here. As first snap goes pretty low to Geisler. Geisler trying to look for his option. Goes deep once again, trying to get to number 1. Bit of a questionable call there. Look, really, he got grabbed by the corner there. Pretty sure the referees kind of missed that, as they're going to call it 2 an incompletion, as we had Jaden Fry, who was really deep in there. He had a player to grab the ball, but I'm not sure my eyes were deceiving me there, but a bit of a handoff there. Nonetheless, not called by the referee. We move on to second down. But really, you like to play there from Verrado. You had the one-on-one there. The safety was very out of control there. He wasn't going to make it on time. You had the one-on-one. You had your best receiver there. Why not just chuck it up there and see what your best receiver could do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they got to start going more downfield. They got to start figuring out ways to get it back on their side of the 50-yard line, because they've not been able to get really anything going.
Yeah, but quick play there. Geiser goes deep once again. Just a quick out of bounds there, but what a play there. A bit aggressive there from number 34 on the Desert Mountain team. It's going to be Casillas Antherton. So that was a bit of aggressive there. The helmet just goes flying off there. A bit of a scare. I wonder who's the penalty's gonna be on.
I think it's gonna be on the defense, I would assume. I don't know for sure, but I don't know if there's a penalty that comes with. I know, like, when the helmet comes off, you have to leave for at least one play. But that was an explosive play. He came right through the middle, just about sacked the quarterback. But yeah, helmet went flying. I'm interested to see what this call is going to be, as it looks like it's going to be on the defense.
It is going to be on Desert Mountain. Probably a little late play on the hit. Nah, the referees didn't like it. Yes. We're going to have a illegal participation. Okay, as the referee describes it here, apparently you're not allowed to play with the helmet off, which would make sense, because at the end of the day, for football, you just want to be safe. You have all these technologies improving, the pads, the helmets, and for you to lose your helmet and continue playing, you don't want to turn into one of those videos where J.J. Watt started bleeding on his forehead, because you just want to stay safe in this game of football. And you're already leading big here, 31-0, so don't put yourself into danger. And guys are just finding it into the middle, and he finds his number 1 receiver, Jaden Fry, for the good gain of approximately 15 yards. And what an awareness play there from Geiser. Really something to take positive on that play. He was going to try to go up the middle. Noticed that the pocket was crumbling. Decides to just chuck it there, and Jaden, with the good reaction, with the good reflection, able to see the ball, corral it, and actually stay holding the ball without dropping it or bobbling it for any repercussions there. And big gain there. A good play for the Verrado Vipers.
Yeah, one of the first positive plays they've had all game. 15, 17-yard reception there. Wilson was on him immediately, though, but very positive play for the Vipers.
As the guys are trying to look for some action there. Gets a little too ambitious there, trying to find his running back on the play, Jack Isidore, and unable to make a play there. And really something that I really noticed on every play for Verrado is that Geisler, he's always on the move. I haven't seen a play where he just stays in that pocket and scans his surroundings. And really the big reason of that is because of the defensive linemen and defensive end for Desert Mountain just collapsing the pocket in less than a second. You have so little time to react. And I wouldn't doubt that Geiser right now is just asking his lineman for a quick second, 2 seconds. Let me try to make a play here. It's been possible. We saw that before, the play before, as we have Geiser connecting to with Jaden. He just needs time in the pocket as the continue goes on here, and he's going to find the same receiver again. It's going to be the Jaden show. He's going to pick up another reception there, as I believe that's his 6th reception of the game, and nothing else works, and only Jaden's working. might as well just throw it to him, as I think we're going to have a quick timer for Jaden. He's going to go into the sidelines, catch his quick breath. And respectfully, because he's been making a lot of plays in this drive. And something to note, Parker. Verrado is in the opposition for the first time this game.
Yeah, they got. Let's get a couple points on the board. I think would be the goal right here. 3rd and 10 right now. So, but they've been very solid getting it downfield though, passing the ball. They've noticed the run is not going to be there with how strong their defensive line is, as we're seeing right now. But as he gets sacked right now. But not the play he wanted to have. But hopefully they can maybe get a field goal. I wouldn't punt in this scenario. I would go for it if anything. But yeah, as we've seen and as advertised, Desert Mountain's defensive line is not going to be something to be messed with this season.
Absolutely, and just like you mentioned on that play right now, sack on Geisler. Not the way you wanted to go. I haven't really seen Verrado's Vipers kicker at all this game, except for the kickoffs, but that was on the very first play of the game, which they took it to the house. It's going to be interesting what they do here. It seems like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, 4th and long.
4th and long here, and
timeout.
They're going to have a quick timeout here and by the Vipers. But really, just a little bit more about that play. I haven't seen the kicker just yet, but perhaps if that sack wasn't in play, you were able to get a couple yards in that play and perhaps force the field goal unit to go outside and try to get some points. If you plan on kicking it right here, you're looking at beyond a 50-yard kick without a doubt. And, it's very rare in the high school level to find some kickers who could hit by that range. I wouldn't doubt the Desert Mountains kicker Weeks could probably do it, but I haven't seen much of the action here as the student fans trying to get lively here in today's game, trying to get something out of nothing as their team is trailing 31-0 as we have the timeout here by Coach Dustin Johnson. And, you got to talk with Dustin Johnson earlier this day, and, was there like any kind of vibes, what expectations that he brought up? Did he think he was going to be able to compete in today's game or get his team going, or was perhaps today more of a learning experience for the team?
Yeah, today he kind of just told me, like every play, let's just go 1-0. Let's just try to do something positive each play. There's been a couple of things, especially on this drive, that they have done positively to get themselves in their side of the field. But it could be a learning curve. I know, like you talked about earlier, Desert Mountain was a team that beat them in the 5A playoffs. But, I mean, they're hanging in there and being able to do as much as they can.
Absolutely, yes. Guys are trying to find his favorite receiver in Jaden Fry, and he had the right motion in there. He just wasn't able to connect with his partner. And it's really hard because his partner, Jaden, was trying to run the route onto the right side of the field. The left side, and then the guys are being a righty. It's hard to really adjust the full forward motion and connect. If he had a little bit of power, he probably could have had it. He had the position right. He had the position and absolutely delivering there. And really just taking the action there and forcing the turnovers on down. And as we just got news that we are finally live, Parker, as we've been talking. We're
live?
We are live with the surprise motion there.
All right.
Just to introduce myself one more time, my name is Sebastian Wandaka. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm here joined with my curler analyst, Parker, as he's here to describe more about it. As we have a big play there by Max, getting up a couple yards here for the gain of about 14. But Parker, we're already in more than halfway of this game. Well, not actually halfway, but halfway into this quarter. We're in the second quarter if you're just joining us right now. And you missed quite a show so far. It's been more of the Desert Mountain show as you're leading 31-0. It's been offense and defense all over the play. And Parker, really introduce yourself one more time. And what are your intakes so far into this game?
Yeah, it's been a very telling game of how Desert Mountain has prepared themselves this summer. I talked to Coach Hamilton before, and it's just the mentality. It seems like it's a little bit different. They've come out with a big bang, like you said, 31-0. And they're continuing to do it here as Dylan Tapley is about to run downfield.
Absolutely, Dylan Tapley. And it's important how we got the play going to Tapley here. He has a quick gain of 7 yards. And something really important to note, Dylan Tapley. And you also have the one and only Jack Freeberg, who, if you missed it, look back into the videotapes. We're going to be uploading all the videos on Varsity Sports Show, so don't miss it. You missed an absolutely amazing play to Brady all the way to Jack Freeberg for, I believe it was like a 30-plus yard touchdown, and really just a broken play by the defense of the Vipers, but what an offensive play there to take the 31-0 lead. And you still have the main team up there. You're leading by a lot. And like you mentioned earlier before we were live, we probably have Coach Hamilton trying to set the fireworks here and put their team on the map, as they should be one of the favorite teams to come out victorious in this 5A region. As we have a quick handoff play here to, I believe, Max Sheerfin for a gain, 1 yard, 2 yards approximately. And nothing to take away from Max. He's been absolutely carrying the ball, as he's just shy of 10 carries for a good 30 yards. And it's really been more of the offensive rallies, those offensive throws from Brady, and he wants to put himself on the map. And as we always explained it, pre going live, that that Brady's probably gonna have a really career high season. He wants to put himself on the map, and with such an amazing team within Desert Mountain and the 5A region, you have the great opportunity to put yourself on the map and get those big high schools, big college to notice you and pay a visit to you and see what you're made of. As we have a play for loss here by the Vipers, one of their positive defensive plays here, and it's a great play there to stop Max Sheerfin from gaining any more yards. And more about that is going to be, I believe, number 99, Ryan Wiley, making the play there for the Vipers, and a loss of 3 yards. I believe it's the first play of loss for the Wolves. Correct me if I'm wrong, Parker, but
yeah, 4th and 6. The offense is staying out there. McDonough is going to lead these guys, it seems like, to try and get that first down. We got a timeout on the field by Desert Mountain, but like we've talked about, they've done a very solid job. Different ways they've scored. It hasn't been just offense. It's been a kick return. It's been a passing play. It's been a running play. So it's been a lot of, you can see what Desert Mountain will be this season from what we've seen. But very impressed by Verrado, able to contain them to 4th down. I think this is Desert Mountain's first 4th down of the game, and it comes at the 3.5-minute mark of the second quarter. So major positive for them if they're able to continue this and cap it off and get the ball back. I mean, they'd be in great field position to get possibly in the end zone for the first time this game.
Absolutely, and I feel like that's one of the big goals right now, and we're just approaching under 3 minutes into the second quarter, and obviously that halftime is going to be pretty crucial for this team. You want to question what Coach Johnson wants to talk to his team about. Already being down 31, it's a couple possessions, a good 5 possessions if you don't count the field goal, but it's a 5-possession game. You still got a full half left, second half, and that's what Arizona sports is made of. It's made of miracles, and if Coach Johnson's thinking about that, he's obviously going to try to get his team rally up, and part of that is going to be relying on this play, the 4th and 6. Need to catch up on the 40-yard line, I believe, to get that first down, as Brady has the connection. He's trying to look for his receiver, and he's going to be able to connect to Freeberg once again. My goodness, Freeberg able to make the magic happen, and unfortunately for the Vipers, unable to stop that 4th and 6. The drive continues for the Wolves offense.
Freeberg, we've said it a couple of times. I don't know if it's been on air. He was the only other Desert Mountain receiver to have double-digit touchdowns last season. He had 12. Dylan Tapley, one of their top targets as well, had 17. Freeberg has been a great player, it seems like, throughout this game. He already has a receiving touchdown. He's been all over the field grabbing catches. So him and McDonough seem to have a great connection so far throughout this game.
It's really interesting how you mentioned earlier, before we start this game, how you say that Dylan Tapley was probably arguably the number 1 receiver on this team. You sure that Jack Freeberg wouldn't make a case for that in today's game?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
As we have a quick play of loss here, trying to get some action going for the defense for a quick loss of 3 yards there off of Max, and not the way you want to go there, losing a couple of precious yards for his team and for himself. But just like that, 2nd and long, Vipers with possession, with the momentum, as I'm kind of losing my voice here as we're approaching just above the 2-minute warning. I'm not sure, is there going to be like a 2-minute warning mark?
No, I don't think so.
As they're going to try to continue this play, and I feel like for the Vipers, you just want to contain this Wolves team. No touchdowns here. You don't want to be down big. Well, you're already down big, but you don't want to even dig yourself more into a hole, as Brady trying to find his receiver, unable to get there, but able to find the slot receiver, Journey Solomon, for a quick gain of 16 yards. Stopped there by number 4, Zachary Dureski Martinez with the stop there. as the junior DB making a play there. It's pretty emotional so far, considering his team is down pretty big, and all he wants to do, and I'm pretty sure the whole defense is focusing, is just trying to make a stop here. The clock is still running to my confirmation. We're just under the 2-minute warning now. The Wolves are striking. They are at their opposition's 15-yard line, officially goal line for the Vipers. We'll see what happens here. They still have their first down option if they want to get that there. But now the Vipers trying to contain here. You got 2 minutes to work with and trying to stop the Wolves from gaining any points here. So you have Brady going with the motion on Max. Looking his way, decides not to go his way, decides to catch on his touchdown. Buddy Freely, or excuse me, Freeberg. I'm not sure. I think I tried connecting Freeberg and Tapley together as they're both an unstoppable duo. But Freeberg with a quick gain there of 10, I believe. 11 and 12. Add them all up, and he's trying to add one more into his resume as now they are at the 4-yard line. First and goal, just as the announcements say. 1 minute and 15 seconds left. They're going to try to play hurry up here, but they have all the time in the world. They're so close to the goal line here. It's just a matter of moments of where the Wolves could clock in here and force yet another touchdown by the offense.
Only a minute to play. Freeberg is ISO'd, so it looks like he's going to be going to
connecting it to one of his receivers, just a bit short of the goal line. By number 7, Brody Olsen with the corral there. It was a bit high of a shot there. It wasn't able to try in the chest, but good corral there by Olsen, but unable to try to finish it through. And I was unaware of which DB able to make the play there. I believe it was Zachary Dureski Martinez once again making another play here and forcing the Wolves to milk that clock. And now we're approaching 30 seconds in the second quarter, finishing up this first half. And how huge would it be if the Vipers just prevents anything from here?
I mean, it'd be a good thing to come out into the second half with. Looks like
there's a bit of a fumble there.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm watching the play. I kind of got
yeah, a little distracted
fumbled a bit. Looks like we're going to be heading into the halftime.
Well, no. I was just one of the things I was going to ask if Desert Mountain had a timeout, and they do indeed. So they have 9 seconds. Potentially could be the last play of this first half. And I think right now the Vipers just got to connect, got to focus on just stopping Desert Mountain here. And Desert Mountain, they have all the action here. They have the QB sneaks. They have the jet sweep motion. They have the running back game as well. They have all this stuff as well. And they also have the kicker in case you're not too comfortable with going for another play. But I highly doubt that motion. You're up 31 right now. Keep the offense out there. I think right now it's just touchdown or bust for Coach Hamilton. And obviously, if you're Coach Hamilton right now, you got to be very proud of your team, very excited for what's to come. Obviously, scoring 31 in one half, it's not easy. But if you make most of your possessions, some magical things are going to happen. So
yes, this is definitely something that Desert Mountain, this would be interesting to see how they want to go into the second half. They might just kneel it and end the half, or they might just go for it with a QB sneak possibly. Kind of depends. The game's in their hands right now, being up 31. So they've had a great half, like you said. Coach Hamilton and his staff has clearly done a great job of preparing their roster for this game and for this season. So definitely interested to see what they do here with what could be the last play of the half.
Of the half, indeed. And let's see, Brady could come out as we have a quick motion here to Olsen. He's going to connect it there. He's going to try to get the one-on-one there. Collapse there. Fumble by the Vipers. And just like that is exactly what you want here for the Vipers. Time is still clocking as we'll see what happens here. If Desert Mountain calls for the timeout or who got possession here. And that's actually going to be the end of the half here. What an amazing play there from the Viper defense. Probably going to take this with momentum. And I know Coach Dustin Thompson right here, or Johnson, excuse me, with the momentum here. Happy with what happened there. We'll be back after this short break. We'll see you at the start of the second half.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the varsity sport. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the varsity sport. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the fun. Open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as the social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as the social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the varsity sports. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as the social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as the social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the varsity sport. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from The Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half between the Verrado Vipers and Desert Mountain football game today. My name is Sebastian Ndaka, and I'm joined in here with my trusty color analyst, Parker. And Parker, before we go into deep about the game, I really want to know what kind of question you think you're going to ask Coach Hamilton after this game.
I have no clue. They've just shown a lot of, what they're going to be capable of, this year. Maybe, what are some takeaways of what you can build on from this game? I mean, they've come out, and it seems like it's just been what the message was from the coaching staff. The players have been able to go and do. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting second half. Them already up 31-0.
It's really important how you really mentioned the staffing and whatnot, and it's really been all business for Desert Mountain. Last year they got upset. They lost in the semifinals of the 5A playoffs, only losing by 2 points against Higley, who ended up winning up the whole region against a strong Saguaro team, and really Desert Mountain wants to prove a point, want to prove a message. And last year in the beginning playoffs, he played against Verrado team, and they won 38-7. They're already up 31, and Verrado's still yet to score. And the way the defense has been playing for Desert Mountain, unless someone just loses the mental mindset of like keeping possession and just staying home, then this looks like it's going to be a shutout. And it's really up to the Vipers to really start stepping up, and it's key points to the offense, and more importantly, the quarterback Geisler, who's shown some action, show some positives, and also got to bring up the number 1 receiver so far for the Vipers, Jaden Fry, who's made some good plays. Obviously not 100% in every single one of them, and there's been some miscommunications between Geyser and Jaden, and it's really up to them to try to get the team together and really connect the pieces. And, you know, what a better play, or a better way, than that very last play of the first half where Brady wasn't able to corral a good reception. He tried looking for his number 1 receiver, Freeburg, who's been having the field day in today's game. And Zachary Dureski Martinez is going to give a big shout out to him because he's the one who's really been key on Freeburg, especially that last possession, obviously all over in his business, and unable to get that connection between Brady and Freeburg, and resulted in one of the linemen for the Vipers to get a good sack, and it resulted in a fumble and no plays actions and nothing to like keep going. And more to just really give you guys advice is Desert Mountain is leading 31-0. So it's up to the Vipers to get some points on the board, and it's up to the Wolves to stay composed and continue what they work for as Weeks gets off the kickoff here, and it's going to head into out of bounds once again. I forgot the penalty marker for that kind of foul. So, Parker, do you remember that, or we're going to continue off what we did in the first half?
I mean, I think for me, the biggest question I have going into this is, will Verrado's offensive line be able to contain this very tough, this very aggressive D-line that Desert Mountain has put together? I mean, we've talked about top recruits all night. Even if, like, none of that was happening, these guys would still be just as dominant as they've been all game. Dylan Hipp is a player to keep in mind. He's been able to get to the quarterback a handful of times. So really the biggest test and question for me is, can this offensive line contain what this defense has been all season, or all game long, excuse me.
Absolutely, and it's going to be like that for the whole season as well. But it's like you mentioned, Geisler, he's probably asking the offensive lineman to give him more than a second to react and contain in that pocket so he could try to make a play and try to connect with other receivers, because so far, as we have a bit of a miscue here off the snap, not the way you want to start off on the first play, but great awareness from Geisler to rearrange that ball before it was.
Yeah, Tony Cumberland was in on that tackle. He's one of the top players in the state, number 33 in white. He's been very dominant. I believe he's got a sack already. But, yeah, like he said, fumble on the ball, miscommunication on the snap. And DM was able to get them down, and then now it's second and 16, excuse me.
Yeah, and it's important to mention Cumberland absolutely scouted by, I believe it was Ohio State, and trying to make a play as you're going to have a quick connection to Jaden Fry. And just like we mentioned before, it's Geisler to Jaden, and it's been those two teams connecting, those two teammates, excuse me, and if it's going to be a play, it's going to be Jaden, as it seems like Jaden's having a bit of repercussion on the ankle. But good games here, good game of I want to say about 10, a little bit less actually, 7 yards there. It's going to be 3rd and 5. They got some action to work with here, and you really want to get that first down and not really think about that first play that hurts them so much. They lose a couple yards, and now they're down in the ground. And let's see what Geyser could come out here, as they're going to have a quick blitz here. Bring on the full side. Geyser's going to connect to number 3, as his first name, Nolan Horton. We mentioned him earlier, I believe, in one of the kickoffs. I think he was one of the kickoff return or the punt return for this team, and he makes a good connection there. And just like that, differences we've seen so far from the first half, on their first drive, they get a first down, which is very key.
Yeah, hopefully they can stay composed, keep moving the ball downfield. This is a great start for them to start off the second half. You know, they weren't able to get a lot of action going. There was a couple trick plays. I believe they only had like 2 or 3 first down conversions. So hopefully they're able to keep this going. Like you said, he was one of their top targets in the game. We got looks like a false start.
Looks like it is a false start. A bit of a miscommunication between the offensive lineman or the quarterback. It was hard to see, but, you know, something that I really want to see that I haven't seen much from the Vipers is running the ball. We haven't seen running the ball, and obviously I may sound a bit crazy saying that because you got the ridiculous the defensive lineman in between Tony Cumberland, Dylan Hip. It's gonna be hard to run the ball, but we haven't seen that much at all in this game, so it's hard to really tell if it's gonna work or not. But the passes, they haven't been there just yet, but we'll see as we go, as we have a quick run here. And just like I mentioned before, the quick run game, and what a great run there, breaking off a first tackle was number 6, Jack Isidore. Didn't say much of his name, but seeing that first run play off the get-go, and able to get a good yard here, I believe, of 9 yards there off of Isidore, and prime position once again from going from 2nd to 13 to going to be about 3rd and 3. A couple yards here, so we're going to have another player on the field. I'm not sure what's going on there, but hopefully he is okay. We're gonna for now, hopefully the attendants could cover up where hopefully he's doing okay. But more before that previous play, Isidore getting that crazy run, breaking off a first tackle first, because it's not as easy to break off a tackle, especially with this Desert Mountain team, and getting that first tackle and gaining the yards afterwards. He probably got another 5 yards off of that broken tackle and gaining some teams and making it a 3rd and manageable for this Vipers team.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like a 2nd and 3 will be the play. The run game has been a little bit sneaky. They've been able to do a couple of trick plays like I've talked about in the first half, but this is a very positive and great start that Verrado has been able to do. Hopefully they can continue to build off that. But yeah, very impressed so far.
And yeah, it's going to be very interesting what Coach Dustin talked with his teams. Wonder what happened, what was said in that locker room. And so far the offense has been clicking. They've been finding the receivers able to make plays, and I feel like a big reason of that is because Geisers has time in the pocket. He has time in the pocket. He's able to see his receivers, and also we got the big play from Isidore, and it's for now they start getting some good yards, and we'll see if the Vipers could try to make this yardage into points.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest test right now, is can they put points on the board. Unable to do that in the first half, but let's see what they do here.
Absolutely, as we're going to have a quick motion here. Guys are trying to get it off there. A bit of miscommunication. He was trying to throw it there, decides not to, and it was probably best aware, as we had number 34, Casillas Atherton, with that big breakthrough off the offensive line, and from being 2nd and manageable to 3rd and long, 3rd and 13, I believe. It's not going to look good here. They're going to need a big play here to keep this drive going.
Yeah, I mean, that play just goes back to what I said earlier. Can the offensive line contain this defense? They were able to do it the first handful of plays. Of course, a step back just happened, but still manageable. It looks like they're at the 50-yard line exact, but definitely something they can still do and hopefully get this first down.
Yeah, as Geiser gets a good reception here. He's going to trying to find his receiver, Jordan Hiller, and it's going to be picked off by number 5, Ryan. It's going to be taken right at the 1-yard line. Unable to get the words in together, but Geiser unable to see that middle inside linebacker, and able to get picked off by number 5, or excuse me, number 6, Max Sheffrin, the running back, making some defensive plays there, showing that he's both ways and able to make that big interception, and really what a turns of events there for the Vipers, going from getting good yardage and being in their opposition to getting sacked, and then right after that just giving the ball away. And just like that, Wolves in the 1-yard line going to try to go up even multiple possessions here.
Yeah, Max was in the right place at the right time. I don't even think he was really even expecting it from from what we saw. But he tried maneuvering through multiple different players, and getting to the end zone, came up short there on the 1-yard line. But, yeah, very impressed with them so far.
We're going to see what we have here. Going to see what it is. Might be on the defense here. Could be an offsides, an encroachment. We'll see what the ref says here. It looks like an encroachment from one of the defensive linemen, which is, you can say it's understandable. You want this defensive lineman want an edge. They want to have that early rush, that early lead, and get the early jump on that, and unable to get there, as they're going to try to give it back to Max, as Max wants to get his touchdown, but the defensive lineman for Verrado says no, as we have number 24 for the team, Gavin Naylor, making the big play there and stopping Max from reaching the goal line. As we're going to see what else the Wolves could bring up here. But what a great stop there from the linemen.
Defense read it perfectly, was able to get that stop. They're going to be on the 3-yard line now instead of the 1. But, I mean, great job, like, being especially in the red zone in that tight area, being able to read that play, see the run, and be able to stop it.
Absolutely, and it was such a great goal line play as well. You know, Max coming off of that pick, he's probably telling Coach, let me get this touchdown. And unfortunately, he's beat right on by Verrado, and his touchdown's going to have to wait for a later date. As you have a good motion here with three different players. You have Max in the backfield once again. They're going to hand it off to Max once again, and he didn't get stopped yet again. He's going to get number 40, Maxwell Douglas. First time mentioning him on the defense, making a big play for yet another loss.
Yeah, very impressed with Verrado and how they've come out this second half. You know, unfortunately, the offense was not be able to do anything. Them ended up with an interception. Defense has been able to make up for it, especially being that close. Them starting off at the 1-yard line, being able to slowly bring them back, now being third down. Great job by this defense right now.
Absolutely, and we're going to see what Brady comes out here. Instead of Max in the backfield, you know, maybe he's stubborn. He wants to get that touchdown. No disrespect to him, after making that great interception, he's going to want to get it back. As he didn't go out for the cut, they're going to look for Max, and is he going to get there? It's hard to tell. I believe he was stopped on the 1-yard line. Big play there from what I could see. Number 26, Blake Bliss, stopping Max from reaching that goal line and stopping him for the 3rd consecutive time. And Max unable to get that touchdown, but it's 4th and goal. They still got some plays here. They got one more chance to get in there. See if they try to go back to Max once again.
Yeah, kicking team is not on the field. Scheffern's been targeted, it seems like, every single play so far from this drive with 2 runs and then the little dish off. I wouldn't be surprised if they probably try to go for somebody else. But he's been able to get there. They're on the 1-yard line again, 4th and 1, no kicking team. So it'll be interesting to see if they go for a run here again.
Yeah, it's interesting. Ryan's still in there, but it was shifting there. He decides not to go to Ryan. Tries to go for, I believe that's Taplin. Yep, it's going to be Dylan Taplin trying to get the touchdown there, trying to add one under his belt and trying to match Freeburg. But what a play for Verrado, stopping this Desert Mountain team from scoring, especially from being 1 yard away from the goal line. And, you know, they ran it twice, unable to get there. Two big plays for a loss. The 3rd play also resulted in the loss, trying to connect to Max. And the 4th down, and, you know, obviously you could have gone for the 3 points there and try to just add towards the tally. But, you know, it's something to really take away from this Verrado team. It's for 6 minutes in this 3rd quarter, and they still haven't scored, yet Desert Mountain has to score as well. Mm-hmm. The offense looks alive. They're getting into the rhythm. Of course, some plays that could be considered questionable, but the defense, nonetheless, they said they wake up, and they decide to stop 4 consecutive plays off the Wells team. As we're going to have a quick run play here. Bit uncomfortable here, right on their own goal line. Try to dish it off here to their own running back, trying to get Jack Isidore. Get a couple probably a game for nothing. But nonetheless, you know, you have to be very careful here. You wouldn't be surprised if the Wolves just bust out with the full blitz team, full man house onto the running backs and trying to get Isidore to either cough up the ball or just catch him in the end zone and try to get a safety off of this play.
Yeah, they're in an interesting area, being in their own end zone. I would, if I were them and on the offensive side, get the ball out, try to dish it out, try to pass it, because this defensive line has showed that they will stop you on the run.
And then they do have a blitz with the linebacker as guys are trying to find his main receiver. Almost connects with Jaden. Just a big connection there, but honestly a big play there from Dylan Tapley, one of the safeties playing in the backfield. Couldn't make sure if he's free safety or strong safety, but nonetheless has a big impact there on the play from Jaden Fry from corralling that ball and getting him free space, and that would have been the 1st down as well, I believe. But now it's going to be the 3rd and long.
Yeah, Tapley is kind of what I would call just like a defender. He's been all over the floor. I've seen him on the line. He's in the middle linebacker area, and he's in, like you're saying, playing that free safety. He guards the deep ball, it seems like, and that's where he excels, around 6'3", 6'4". So he was in on that, just about picked it off too.
Yeah, absolutely, having to play there. 3rd and long. Guys are trying to make a play here. It slips. I'm not sure if you slipped inside the end zone or just outside, but the referees are going to call that a safety. They're going to add 2 points for the Wolves defense. And without getting offense in there, at least the defense gets some points out of the interception. And they're also going to get possession right back. Obviously not the play you wanted there from Geiser. Just unfortunate he slipped on his own end zone and it resulted in a safety.
Yeah, unfortunate turn of events. Their defense was so solid, was able to stop them on the 4th down conversion too. But with that, they had bad field area because of that. So it's going to be interesting to see if their defense can continue what they built off that last drive. But again, I mean, this Desert Mountain defense has just been everywhere. They've been able to corral them on all sides of the ball, and it showed now being 33-0.
Absolutely, and this is probably the first time since the first play of the game where you have like the quote-unquote kickoff unit. Since it's safety, they do recall it as a punt unit. But this could be more of a kickoff unit, and the last time Desert Mountain had their kickoff unit, or should I say their special teams outside, they ended up taking it home, scored another touchdown. So we'll see what the kicker, number 15, Bonesi Gio, could do. We'll see what the receivers for Desert Mountain could do. Last time they show aggressive and they show that they could score. So we'll see if they could try to make it 2 in tonight's game. As Bonesi gets a kickoff. Good highline drive. Going to land into number 20. It's going to land onto Will Saba. He's going to try to make a quick play off of that. Gain a couple yards. Pass it right to midfield. Just under midfield. It's going to be on their own 45-yard line, give or take. 47-yard line, excuse me. And the Wolves with good position once again. Close to their opposition's half line. We'll see what they could do. They're up 33. They get some points on the board. And it only took them approximately just under 8 minutes to get 2 points on the scoreboard.
Saba did a great job there, being able to grab the ball and just go out of bounds. There was no point in trying to get farther down the field with it already being a short kick due to the safety. So they've put them in perfect field area to be able to capitalize with the offense.
Absolutely, and we'll see what the play action happens here as we have Brady with motion. He grabs the ball. He sees some green space. He's going to take it all the way to midfield, give or take. The referee's going to call him just short of the midfield, around the 49-yard line for a quick gain of 1. And that first down, second down, he decided to give him not a single yard apparently. So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Wolves. Brady saw some motion, saw some green grass. Just great recovery there from the Verrado defense, and we'll see what can happen here. They did actually give him a yard, so a gain of 1 there off the QB sneak. We'll see what Brady could do here with all the offensive linemen out here. Get ready to go. We have a motion here to Taplin. Decides not to give it to him. Gives it to Max. Max goes up the hole for a quick gain of about 4 yards. Passing the midfield. They're in their opposition's 49. So it's going to be 3rd and manageable for the Wolves team. See what they could do here and try to get this first down to continue their drive, or will the Verrado defense step up once again?
Yeah, I mean, the Verrado defense has done a great job this second half in the first couple of minutes, holding this offense that's been very aggressive, very active, to manageable yards. So Sheffrin's been a great running back for Desert Mountain, though, being able to go to those quick yardage plays. We got an empty backfield, though, with McDonough. So expect to see something interesting happen here.
Absolutely. McDonough with the ball possession here. He's going to throw it up there. He's going to get quick hate there. But it's going to land into the hands of Dylan Tapley, absolutely snagging it. Breaks through a full defender, but ends up getting tackled by number 4, Zachary Doreski Martinez. What an absolute grab there. Just under 4 minutes in this third quarter with Desert Mountain leading 33-0. My goodness, what a play there from Dylan Tapley.
Yeah, I mean, I called Tapley just a defender. When he was on defense, but he's an absolute stud on offensive too. One of the top athletes in the state in football, going to Arizona State. He was able to just, it seemed like, reach over the cornerback and just about get the touchdown. So extremely impressive game from him. And this Desert Mountain offense just continues to show what they're made of.
Jack Freer was able to get a good touchdown off the long ball. Dylan Tapley unable to get it, but we'll see if he gets his touchdown here. They're going to try to feed Max, once again. He still hasn't gotten his touchdown for his interception, so it's going to see what McDonough does here. He's going to feed it off to Max. Max trying to get up in there, but this Verrado defense not allowing Max Sherpin to get that touchdown. They're remaining stubborn, and they're telling them it's going to be anyone but you from getting this touchdown for no gain there. And very interesting to see. I'm positive that Dylan Tapley wants his touchdown here, so I wouldn't doubt we see a quick fade route or go route from Brady to Taplin, but interesting to see what comes up on the second down.
Yeah, Sheffrin's done a really good job, like we've talked about, getting short yardage gains. He's trying to get that touchdown, of course, because he picked off that one interception. But lots of different weapons. They can go Freeberg again. He's been kind of quiet to start off the second half. But the offensive line, like you said, they've been able to let this defensive line of Verrado's control what happens with this offense on the line especially.
So we're going to have a quick motion there. So we had Taplin open, and wow, what a play from Brady. He decides to fake pump it to Taplin and decides to not throw it, and then he's like, you know what, I'm just going to throw it to Tapley, excuse me. Tapley out there getting his touchdown, and just like that, the receiver duo get their pair of touchdowns with Jack Freeberg and Dylan Tapley getting their touchdowns, and 39-0 here. Could be 40 on tonight's game, depending on how the field goal or the extra point goes there. But what a play there. What a play there. Parker, what was your thoughts on that play there?
I mean, he was open.
Simple as that, huh?
He was open.
He was open.
So, I mean, it looked like a fake run. McDonough able to spot his open receiver. And we got 40-0 on the board now with 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Indeed.
But very impressed by Desert Mountain. I'll ask you, what are some things, if you were in the huddle for Verrado, what would be your mindset and your message, especially with the returning team? They haven't been able to really get anything going on the special team side. So what would be the message to your guys heading in, especially into this kickoff right now, being down 40-0?
Well, obviously you can't tell your team that, oh, we lost this game, we move on. That's obviously a thing you can't tell your players.
Mm-hmm.
You play until the clock runs zero. And, you know, something to really take positive that I would tell my player is, if I was under Coach Johnson's supremacy right now, I'd just probably tell the players, like, hey, we're doing much better than we are in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
They only allowed, they allowed 9 points because you got the safety and you got the touchdown. But the first quarter, it didn't start off the way you wanted to. You allowed 21 points on that first quarter, and you allowed another more. You only allowed 9. And you know, some of them was because your defense played very good. You had yourself in an awkward situation. And then obviously you just got to give the tap on the back for the better player. Dylan Tapley having some great receptions there. And, you know, you got to you can't really say nothing. You know, you got to clap and move on. And you got to tell your players, hey, we just got to play each play as strong as you can, because we're approaching the first quarter here, which is 1 minute remaining in this third quarter before we get off this kickoff. And, you know, you just got to take this fourth quarter as hard as you can. You keep the unit out there. You see where you could get there. And, you know, as I always say, you just got to play by play. You just got to play every single play with the full as you can. And if one player doesn't want to do it right, the next man up. And, you know, it's just a football game. It's the next man up. Who wants to play harder than the next person? And, you know, this last quarter, you're already down 40. And you can have the mindset that you already lost. That's okay. But you don't say it. You just play the hardest. And you just start. This is where you start experimenting. I feel like as a coach, you just start experimenting. See what plays work. See what plays don't work. You scratch them off on the chalkboard. You resume as they have tomorrow, or unless they watch film tomorrow on Saturdays. I'm not sure how high school does it anymore. But when I used to play football, on Saturdays, we would watch film, whether it's a loss or a win. We would go watch film on Saturdays, and we would spend a good 2 hours watching film, seeing what went right, what went wrong. As we have a good kickoff return from Noah Horton here, a good gain of approximately 20 yards. Going to start off here for the offense for Verrado, as you have 40 seconds to play with in this third quarter. But really, that's all I would really mention to the team. You know, it's a lot of talk, but from here, we'll see what could go right and what could go wrong. As we're going to see what approaches here, as the Vipers going to get the team ready here. Probably just going to play this last quarter, this last couple plays here, perhaps get some runoffs here. But I wouldn't mind some runs here. You know, you had Jackie Sidori getting some good plays there when he got the ball. You had also Jaden Fry, who got some good reception there. But always get, you know, got to give the props to Desert Mountain's defense, as guys is going to get a good motion there. Dodges the first one. Dodges the second one from Tony. He's going to throw it up there and he's going to try to find his number one receiver, Jaden Fry. But positive takeoff there. What a play there from guys that are obviously deflecting off of Casey as Atherton. And I'm not sure if it was Tony or if it was Dylan Hipp who also got juked out there. But great play there. No yards gained, but you got 20 seconds left on this third quarter, and then you reboost against with your team, and then you move forward on the fourth quarter.
Elijah Bankwell was in on that cover. His back was turned to the ball. If he was facing the ball, he might have been able to intercept that too. But again, solid job by their DBs, is just containing these wide receivers, not really being able to let them do much. And Yeah, very impressive play by Banquil right there.
As Verrado's going to play one last play here. He's going to find a slant, trying to find his receiver, number 13, Jordan Hiller, unable to corral that ball, almost picked off, excuse me. But that concludes the third quarter. We'll be back after this short break for the start of the fourth quarter.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as the social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside
the
you
fourth
means digging
quarter.
deeper.
We have Verrado Vipers taking on Desert Mountain Wolves. It is currently 40 in favor of Desert Mountain, and in place for Verrado Vipers, it's going to be still scoreless for the team, and obviously that's one of the big reasons what they want to do in this big fourth quarter. Just get some points on the board, make the fans happy with something that they could do, and even if they don't get a score, that's obviously just a big bonus. They get to use this time, they get to use tomorrow or wherever they watch film. They get to review what went wrong, what went right. They get to review literally everything that just went happen in this game, which is the good part about every varsity game. You know, it ends on a Friday night, you know, you mold, despite if you lose, you're happy if you win, but the next day you just reset, you focus on week 2, and every week it's just a different mindset, whether you win or lose. If you're happy or you're sad, you know, you just got to take each week as different approaches, and you know, one of these days, these games are going to come out victorious, and you're going to have a great day. And as we're going to start getting ready here, we had a quick timeout for the Vipers trying to get something together, and it's going to be 3 and long for Verrado. Guys are trying to get something going so far. They're stuck in their own 30-yard line. Guys are going to keep on going, but the defensive lineman just showing out action, and guys is going to decide to run for it. He's going to pick up some good yardage there, approximately. The referee looks like he's only going to give him only 2 yards off of that run, and as we're going to have a penalty marker on the field, seems to be some chattering between the players of Verrado and Desert Mountain. Could be some word exchanges, and it's understandable. You know, many of the players they're upset. It's not the way they wanted to go off for the start off of their season, and that's a positive that Josh will take off. It's that it's week 1. It's only week 1. You know, you get to try out different things. You mentioned earlier before we were live that this team is brand new. We got a bunch of new kids on the roster. As we're gonna have a quick penalty here. It's gonna be on Desert Mountain. In fact, it's gonna be a personal foul. Wasn't quite able to make out who caused the personal foul, but that's a good positive for the Verrado as they keep their drive alive, as that was a 4th and 6, and instead it's going to be 1st and 10 on their own, I believe that's 41-yard line. They get some fresh set of downs, and let's see what they could do here.
Yeah, like you're talking about, young roster. Of course, this is not the way you wanted to come out week 1 of the season, but, you know, a lot can be learned from this game.
As we're going to have Geiser here, he's going to try to find his number 3 receiver. He's going to get there. He's going to connect to Noah Horton, and he's going to break the tackle, and just like that, Viper gets the first touchdown. I actually looked away. I didn't see what happened. I assume he got tackled right on the 20 to 30-yard line, but he was able to break the tackle there, and it was Noah Horton able to get that corral. What a great ball there from Geiser. Able to keep the play going, just throws it up there, trusts his receiver, nothing to lose being down, and just like that, they get a positive in this game. So it's actually going to be taken back. Parker was signaling me that there is a penalty. Verrado had a play. They had a touchdown. Noah Horton was able to break to that tackle and get the first one of the season, but an illegal player down the field causes the comeback, and celebrations turn into dust, into quiet, and into silence.
Yeah, I was going to say, Wilson was with him one-on-one. He was able to break the tackle, also beat him one-on-one, get the grab, and then beat the tackle and take it to the house. I did not see the penalty at all. I did not see the illegal receiver. So I can't say if that was true or not. I'm sure it was because the referee did call it. So, but I mean, that was a great play, but still, regardless. And I mean, yeah, still 40 zip with the clock running. We got 9 minutes left in the game.
9 minutes left, but even despite that not being a touchdown, Parker, something important to know is that all this is being recorded, all this is being used for film on an approximate day. Despite not being counted as a point or an actual play, it's still going to be 1st and 10. He's still got plenty of downs here. He's just going to be behind schedule. And something to know is that Coach Johnson is able to look at that play for film, and they're going to be able to talk one-on-one to see what happened, what went right on that play, despite the penalty play. As Geyser, SEMA redemption there, able to beat that first tackle, beat off the second one, able to get tackled down there by number 14, Elijah Mears, getting that big tackle there. But what a play there from Geyser, able to break through the tackle and able to pick up 7 yards, I believe, to make it 2nd and manageable for this team.
Yeah, 2nd down, 8 on the play. He was able to break those couple of tackles. But yeah, I mean, the offensive line just needs to continue to contain them. They've done a solid job throughout the second half. But, yeah, on their own 33. But, yeah, very interested to see how they come out with, especially hoping to build off that play that was called back.
Absolutely. Guys are going to get the play going. Parker already breaking down, pointing to his friend. He has some receivers open, and it's going to be just knocked out there. Santana making the play there, showing off the muscles. And I can't believe who's there. It's going to be number 3. It's going to be Horton, who dusted him on that previous play that did not count for the touchdown. I'm sure Santana's probably still thinking about that play, even though it didn't count. But luckily, nothing too crazy occurs there. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. What a great play there from Geyser, despite not having much of it there. You know, much of the plays haven't resulted in positive actions. You know, we can't give that a doubt there, but you know, we got to give credit where credit's due. And Geyser, despite his pocket breaking down, you always see that he's always trying to make that play and always trying to advance that play too. Always running around the pocket, and that's a negative to take off. That, you know, your pocket, it breaks down too quick. You can't get a play going. But that's also positive that you're able to extend the drive, extend that single play. And we're gonna have a quick timeout here from Geyser for Verrado, and you use this quick timeout to really just catch up what just occurred right now. And just to give the quick insight, we're just approaching under 7 minutes in this 4th quarter. It's about 40 minutes, or excuse me, 40, and we're going to be back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every...
My name is Sebastian Mendaka. We're here just under 7 minutes in the 4th quarter, as we're going to actually have a QB change. Guys is going to call it a day for himself today, and in his replacement, it's going to be the sophomore Dayton Smith. Going to have his quick debut here with the varsity team, and just like that, you know, great, you know, right before we close it all, you know, got to give credit where it's credit's due. Can't stress it enough. Where Geyser, his team unable to get some points on the board when he was out on the field, but one thing to take note is that they were able to make some plays happen. There was a touchdown neglected due to a penalty that could have really sparked up this team and look something and use that as motivation to look forward onto week 2 for the Verrado Vipers team. But nonetheless, you got to give the smile and pats on backs for Desert Mountain. You know, their defense, their defensive linemen, they're all over the place, was unstoppable. As we're going to have a quick QB sneak there from Jaden Rye. He's going to make it all the way past the first-yard marker for a gain of approximately 20 in their opposition 40-yard line. And it's going to be a great gain there, great offensive play there, and it's really been Jaden Fry. We're going to mark something a player of the game. It's going to be Jaden Fry for sure for the Viper team, but, you know, sulking for this defeat. It's not going to look good for tomorrow, but that's where all the losses are important for. Every loss gives you that motivation, you know, to see what went wrong, what went right, and they could look forward to it in film. And for now, all this is just more practice, more reps, more motivation to what to look forward to as Fry is going to get another reception there. It's going to grab into the hands of Hilton, but it's going to be picked off by number 14 of Desert Mountain, Elijah Mears. Not sure what just happened there. It looked like it was in the hands of number 13, Jordan Hiller, and then ended up into the hands of Mears.
Yeah, I mean, Mears seemed confused. It looked like a tip ball, a little jumbled around, and then he was able to come down with it. This defense has just showed time and time again throughout the night that they're going to be looked at as one of the best in the state. And again, I think that's 2 interceptions on the night, one by Santana, one by Mears. So yeah, very impressive, and that puts them in perfect field area to get another touchdown possibly on their offensive side.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're approaching under 5 minutes left, and now I want to see if it's I think there's a replacement for Brady. It's going to be Grant Garduno in exchange for Brady McDonough, and obviously that brings up the big question so far today. You are the color commentators, you're the color analyst. You're going to come up with coach. You're going to have a quick you're going to have a quick interview with Coach Hamilton, and you also get to have a player of the game. So, Parker, describe us. Who is your player of the game today?
Brady McDonough, and I don't think it's even a question. I think if you were to put a side of the game, it would be the defense, because this defense has been incredible. But Brady McDonough showed how he's actually probably a top 3 quarterback in the state. I know you got the likes of Desmond Williams, Navi Bruzon at Liberty, but Brady McDonough has shown tonight very, very calm, very poised in the pocket, able to get it to his receivers and also do it on his own, getting a rushing touchdown as well. So quarterback Brady McDonough is my player of the game.
Absolutely, and you know, I can't disagree with you anymore. The only competition where I could think up there is the entire Desert Mountain defense. And you can't call the whole entire Desert Mountain defense as a singular thing. Of course, you could probably get a couple players, but it's really been McDonough who's been taking over there as we have a quick incompletion there for the 4th down here. And we're just going to be approaching 3 minutes and 30 seconds here. It's going to be having a great time here. My assistant partner is going to go take on the field and is going to go have the quick interview with Coach Hamilton. So it would just be me for the rest of this game. Big thank you to Parker for assisting me in today's game. And really wish him luck into the future. I know there's going to be plenty of broadcasts from between me and him, switching positions, switching roles, covering this Desert Mountain team. And boy, what a ride do we have indeed. We're going to have such a strong defense taking over this game, as now we're approaching just under 3 minutes in this 4th quarter. Calling it quits. Desert Mountain is winning this game 40-0 against Verrado Vipers. And on the score sheet just itself, you could take this loss as a big loss for Vipers, but at the end of the day, this is just a season opener. You get to play in front of a crowd, you get to play in front of the fans, and even though the results show it's negative to you, you can also take every loss as a positive emotion. Everyone knows what's going on, and for Coach Johnson, he could take this game as a learning experience with this new roster, able to take what he could do on for week 2 onto their future game, and really just see what we could do here as we have a quick play here, quick running back to number 37, Cameron Terry with the good reception there. Good possession, good gain of approximately, I'm going to say 3 yards there. Yes. For now, it's going to be Desert Mountain just trying to clock in the time, finishing up what went right, and really just take a look at this game. Desert Mountain shows that they are a team to fear in this 5A region. They're going to try to get there as they're going to have another touchdown onto the score sheet. It's going to be number 7, Brody Olson, grabbing the corral off of number 13, Grant Garduno, to add yet another touchdown into this game. They lead 46-0, depending on the extra point coming off from Mears. Excuse me, it's going to be coming off from Alex Weeks, the kicker. He's going to come on for the extra point. And just like that, another touchdown under the belt. It's going to be Freeberg, Jack Freeberg with a touchdown reception. Dylan Tapley with another one. And add on Brody Olsen, the third receiver of this team, who's been showing his action. He's been getting free there, showing different feeds and whatnot. As you have Weeks with the extra point, making it through. Just like that, it's going to be 47-0. We're just going to be approaching yet under 1 minute, as they're going to let the time just clock out here at Verrado High School. An absolute dominant performance from Desert Mountain. Just a quick recap of what just occurred last year. Parker had a chance to talk one-on-one with Coach Hamilton, and he just really wanted to express this year as more of a vengeance tour. Last year, losing in the semis against Higley, who ended up winning up the whole region tournament against the Wall in the finals. They lost by 2 points, and they want revenge. They want to win this year. They want to prove that they belong in this 5A region. They deserve to be called one of the top teams in this region. As now we're going to be approaching 20 seconds in this game. They're going to just kill the rest of this game, as this kickoff perhaps is going to be the last play of this game for the Verrado Vipers and Desert Mountain Wolves. As now they're going to just end it off here. Relaxed, more calm. We'll see if they even decide to do the kickoff, as I believe they won't do the kickoff, and that will do it. Desert Mountain defeat Verrado Vipers 47-0. It was a great showing by both teams, but it was ultimately Desert Mountain with the dominant performance here. They had absolutely a terrific performance, more evenly on the defensive side, showing both sides. You got to bring out the big brothers in the backfield, Tony Cumberland and Casey's Atherton, who had a dominant performance in the defensive end positions, getting a pair of sacks each. Also got to bring up Santana Wilson, having an interception under his belt, and also Elijah Mears getting another interception. So turnover after turnover, not too much on the fumble plays, but Desert Mountain with the big play of the game, showing that it deserved to be one of the top teams here and well respected onto this 5A region. I know Coach Hamilton's happy with today's results. Obviously, some key actions to fix up as well. It wasn't a perfect game from Desert Mountain, but it was something to suffice under the expectations of Coach Hamilton, and that would do it. My name is Sebastian Mandaka. I thank you for joining us in this live broadcast. Please excuse any technical difficulties that we had. I will be one of the main front callers for this Desert Mountain team, so nothing but expectations for this roster. The Wolves come out victorious at Verrado High School, 47-0. We'll see you in the next broadcast. My name is Sebastian Mandaka, joined in by Parker Gusses, and we wish you well, and we'll see you in the next broadcast.